Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. Of course, Jeff Lewis, the Jeff Lewis After Show, and I just came up with only my notes for shout out news. So I did not bring my notes upstairs to my daughter's closet for today's for all the notes that I wrote about Jeff Lewis. So if I forget something, y'all get comfy in comments. Y'all know what to do. Oh my gosh, y'all, what an amazing weekend. I would say it was just the live event, 2 hours on Saturday in Hollywood. Sarah from Texas, live from Hollywood. But it wasn't, y'all. I curated an amazing weekend with Chumpets, and y'all flew in from all over the dang country. Most of you were even that were local, even got 1 or 2 nights at the SLS hotel. So that way it was easier to hang out. We could all experience the amazing Sprinter van. Oh my gosh. I want to thank you so much. We made a lot of people I had met before, but a lot of other people just knew each other from Instagram or YouTube. And so they really made friends. They went to lunch together. They went to Polo 2 and had their coffee rings together. They made a whole weekend of it. So my whole Saturday was dedicated to hanging out with all the Chumpettes. As everyone knows, I had made arrangements with Chaz Dean to go tour his salon. Julie was amazing and welcomed us with open arms, as she always does. She even ended up bringing out a bunch of samples and gifts for everyone, which was so kind. Noted, everyone that was there knows I took none of the samples. I let everyone else indulge in that. Then we were off to Pole and Patrick's boutique in Beverly Hills, where they welcomed us, and everyone bought books. They bought some jewelry. I think Melanie. Oh, shout out Melanie. This is my custom Chumpet sweatshirt that Melanie, the $10,000 dinner friend, had made for me, and she surprised me with it in LA. So thank you, Melanie. Um, anyways, I think she bought, I don't know, she bought a black dress from Pola 2. My weekend was so packed full. So for everyone that is speculating of why I haven't addressed all of these rumors or whatever's going on, I was busy, y'all. When I am in town, first of all, I am fully engaging with everyone. I'm hanging out. I do post as much as I can, but I try to focus on Instagram stories because it's super fast and I don't have to make tags and, all the things. It's just super fast. But I am really hanging out with people. I was talking to Ileana on the flight there. I was hanging out with, I talked to, uh, my brain just went blank. Holy shit. Denisa on the flight home. I mean, I was at dinner. So Friday we get there. I had to go buy the water bottles and the snacks that I was putting in the welcome bags for all the guests at the hotel that I did. We were putting the Sarah from Texas water bottle labels on them, me and Angela. Then we had a rehearsal at the event at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock maybe. Then we had 8 o'clock dinner plans at the Ivy. Then we met a friend of mine's friend at Sunset Tower. We're out till 1 in the morning, I think. Woke up, met everybody at 9:30 downstairs to start our full day of activities. After the event, we went to Tom Tom's. We went to High Tops for a drink. Then we landed back at the Speakeasy till I was out till 1:45 in the morning with who was the final people? I think the final Robin was late towards the end. Definitely Jamie and Laura were towards the end too. I think we were the final three that rounded out the night at 1:45 in the morning. And then Sunday, woke up, we had to pack. We went to the Polo Lounge for brunch. $135 brunch. I mean, was it worth it? I don't know. It was a fun event. It was so fun to finally experience it. We did see Lionel Richie coming out of brunch. And then we saw a dog with two men, and they were turning around to go somewhere else. So my friends Isham and Angela wanted to pet the dog, and they bent down, and we did, and we made small talk, whatever. And he walked away, and she goes, "That was Orlando Bloom, wasn't it?" And I go, "I think it was." So we looked up on his Instagram, and he had a picture of him and the dog, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, that was Orlando Bloom." So anyways, then we got in an Uber and met some other friends that also were flying out at the same time. So hung out with them for a little bit. And then we were back from LA to Hollywood. I landed around 8:30. It takes a while to get our luggage, takes a while to drive home, unpack a little bit, see all the family, see the husband, see Luna, all the things. I am so behind in my DM, so I really apologize for that. But trust me, I'm not ignoring anything. I wasn't on my phone a lot. So when I got surprised at the live event from the Q&A question from my friend Colt Paulson, gay man with a spray tan, and I had no clue. I didn't know anything about the Rosie O'Donnell post at the time. I hadn't seen it. Everyone there can vouch for me. We were busy. We were having fun. We were making memories. So trust me, I am not ignoring anything. By the time I even thought to look at Rosie O'Donnell, she had already deleted it. So I have no idea when she did. Didn't get to look at any of the pictures, but I did hear about Jeff talking about it. And we'll talk about that a little bit because I did make a story because he talked about it at the very end of today's show. Okay, so another thing that was going on, Andy Cohen live this morning, about 15 minutes into the show. He always does like a kiki with him and John Hill. He finally addressed, I say finally, it's only Monday. I think this was Thursday or Wednesday of last week, maybe even Friday, when Jeff mentioned the TikTok of this Hey Andy Cohen account that was going around that clearly is trying to imply that he and Andy Cohen had a hookup and that Andy Cohen left his jacket. So Andy Cohen finally mentions it and is like, dude, I've never met the kid. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. John, go look at my video that I made. I kind of recap it a little bit. But John Hill is like, look, you're famous. People are going to make comedy skits about you. And I think that's what it was. But there is a fine line because that really can shade his character. If people think, because the guy looks really young and Andy Cohen is 55, I think. I don't know how old he is exactly, 53, 55. So that could be negative about Andy, right? So anyways, but I did take a look at the guy's TikTok. He's made a part 2 and a part 3. Anyways, I absolutely think it's just a joke. I think he's trying to garner attention. He's clearly not getting it because his views aren't that crazy, and neither is he's not gaining followers, which I assume is what he was wanting at the end of the day. Andy Cohen also addresses yet again this now more famous than ever Walmart ad, right? So even one of the producers on his show says, look, my mom even called me and was confused. Like, why are you at the end of the Walmart commercial? Why is Andy Cohen in some lady's bedroom, like eating popcorn? It was kind of confusing, right? Apparently he is teleported. He's transported to all these different people's houses or events or what have you in this Walmart commercial. And it ends up at the end, he's in a woman's bedroom standing. They're not in bed together. And he's eating popcorn. So I don't know. It was a little confusing. He is so confused while people were confused. My girl Zuba, one of the Jeff Lewis fans, called in and she said, hey, I lost a bet to my husband for $20 because I bet him that y'all were going to talk about this on Monday. And y'all absolutely did. So it was interesting. What else? Thank you sincerely. Everyone has been so amazing. So Chumpettes is clearly the name that Pino, one of the OGs. So a long time ago, we were trying to figure out, like, chumps is what Jeff Lewis calls his inner circle friends, like his in real life friends, but he also calls his fans, his listeners, the audience chumps, right? So it gets a little bit blurred lines with that. So one day somebody said, we need a name for us, which is the tiny, circle of not just Jeff Lewis fans, but there's Jeff Lewis fans, which is huge. And then there's Jeff Lewis obsessed, my audience, my podcast, my live show fans. And so people who watch, called chumpettes, little chumpettes, right? So that's how this came about. So anyways, I love this shirt so much. It was very sweet. So let's get in. I will answer questions on Sunday. My subscriber live at 7:00 Eastern is always on Sunday. I was on a Southwest plane, so I could not go live. I also have it on YouTube, so I will do that tonight. So $4.99 a month, cancel anytime. You get a weekly Ask Me Anything. All the old ones are up. Also, my live event is up. So it's like 71 minutes of Saturday night show. I know the audio wasn't that great. They plugged an audio into my phone, a microphone. It just wasn't simply enough. So I realized that, but you can get the gist of it. And I think if you somehow know how to turn captions on your phone as you're watching something, maybe you can do it that. It's only available on my Instagram at Jeff Lewis Obsessed, though. So on my main page, there's a crown. Push on that. And there's a button that says subscribe. If you're not a subscriber already, subscribe, pay the $4.99, and then you can see all my past Ask Me Anythings. There's probably 7 or 8 up there by now, including one that we did minutes after we got back to the hotel, me and Melanie and Scott, when they invited me to their $10,000 dinner in New York City with Jeff in mid-December. But the whole 71-minute show is up there too. So take a look at that. My best advice is, like Jeff always says, listen to me, watch my content, and you will get a better understanding of who I am at my core. When you meet me, when I meet anyone, I always get a better understanding of who they are. So trust when I say I am a very upstanding, respectable human being on and off social media. There are many untruths, many assumptions being made about me, and many outright fucking lies being told about me. It's hard. It's a fine line, because if I give that any credit, it fuels the fire. Okay. I have learned long ago, you were never, and Jeff Lewis knows this with his own, fandom, you are never going to convince people that absolutely hate you. People that have hate in their heart and that are sad humans, you're never going to convince them. You can show them the live, you can show them everything I say, and everyone is always going to interpret it in a different way, because we always come at things with our own life experiences, our own childhood trauma, or whatever. So I am lucky enough that good humans find good humans. I have an amazing group of people around me in my real life and in this social media world. Now I know from social media, and many of them that I have met at various meetups that I have done. And obviously this past weekend's Sarah from Texas Live from Hollywood event. And it was a whole weekend. It wasn't just 2 hours. It was a whole weekend of everyone meeting up that have Jeff Lewis reality TV in common, and just got along. And our whole conversations weren't even reality TV or Jeff Lewis. It was just us meeting up and hanging out as men and women, because there's men and women. It was so fun. I can't even tell you. I thank all of the Donna Bowling. I heard there's some drama with that. People are saying, oh, they must be feuding. She wasn't at the event. No, she was absolutely invited by me personally as one of my VIP content creator guests. She had a personal thing going on at that exact time with her family. So she wished me well. She texted me afterwards. There's absolutely nothing going on there. So for those that want to, just ask me. So on tonight's Ask Me Anything, come with your questions. I will answer them. I promise you, I am a factual person. Trust me. If receipts need to be shown, I have them. I promise you. Emails, DMs, I promise you, I have them. I promise you. I promise you. Anyways, okay. Let me take a glance at comments. I don't even know. Let's see. I don't hate you, Sarah. Well, thank you, Mabu. I've always watched you, but a bit disappointed in avoidance. Okay, let's clear that up then. What am I avoiding? Because I was busy out the wazoo all weekend. Anyone that was there knows exactly what I was doing. Why would I take the time and energy out of, why would I burst my bubble? I mean, I had a lot to focus on, and amazing, fun events with friends and people that came all over the country, people I've met before and people that I was newly meeting. Trust me, anyone that was there, go ahead and put in comments how much fun we had, how busy we were. We were making memories. What did you want me to do? Stop and make a story about? I mean, no. First of all, things were still unfolding, right? So, I will tell you a lot more on the Ask Me Anything tonight, but this is Reality Water Cooler, where we chat reality TV. I was not avoiding anything. I was insanely busy having fun and surrounded by amazing human beings. So trust me. Trust me on that. Brittany says, please don't put your answers behind a paywall. You didn't like that when other people did it. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. I am not one of those people that say I don't like it behind a paywall. I have always respected people's decision to do a paywall. Trust me on that. If you know me, you would know that. So you clearly don't know me or my content. I absolutely talk about people's paywall content, and then I guide you to it to listen for yourself so you can pay them the money for it. And so you can get all of the information and draw your own conclusions about it. I've done an Ask Me Anything now for 7 or 8 weeks. So it's nothing new. I was supposed to do it on Sunday. I will do it tonight. This is not the time or place for it. This is the time to chat reality TV and Jeff Lewis. So it's a fine line. I will upset people if I don't address reality TV gossip and Jeff Lewis on this show. So I will do it at the proper time. Though, we're here now. Tell us about the gift bags. It's not the time or place. So let's move on and chat about Jeff Lewis, even though I left my notes all downstairs. So today was Kelly Dodd and Rick Leventhal. I mean, they're very, what's the word? Controversial guests, right? People love or love to hate Kelly Dodd and Rick Leventhal, right? Jeff Lewis stands behind them. He is very good friends with them. He is even recommending them. He has mentioned, what was it he mentioned? Oh, he wants Kelly Dodd to be one of the third people with Shannon Bedore on this live tour, and Vicki Gunvalson, that me and some other friends are going to in Houston, March 16th. So he is very supportive of his friends. He is very encouraging of them. He loves to give them opportunities. So I love that he mentioned today some show, was it The Trader? No, some other show that was like 2 or 3 weeks or a week or 3. He is going to have his attorney reach out because he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't miss all the time with Monroe, but he wants to recommend Kelly Dodd for it. And I mean, as much as I don't love everything she says or does, I don't love anything or everything that Jeff Lewis says or does either. I don't love everything I say or do. I mean, let's be honest. We're all humans, right? Matter of fact, speaking of being human, almost 95% of my content, I am live for 45 minutes a day, 5 or 6 days a week since June of 2022. Okay. I challenge anyone to go live and talk about things off the cuff that are very controversial. Anyone that listens to Jeff Lewis, a lot of his subjects are controversial, and not make a mistake. I mean, have I said things maybe that I didn't intend to? Maybe so. When I'm answering comments and things, maybe things come up. I don't know. At the core of me, nothing I say or do is with bad intent. I have absolutely promoted the Jeff Lewis live show, Radio Andy content, all of the chumps that come on by my own desire to do that, because it just comes naturally to me to promote other people and their shows and their products and their content, with promoting that, with buying it myself. Okay. So I fully believe Jeff Lewis and all of his inner circle chumps absolutely understand and respect who I am and what I have been doing. Am I perfect? Maybe not. Absolutely not. Can anyone be perfect in Jeff Lewis's eyes? I would venture to say absolutely not. That's why we have all joked, oh my God, I could never date Jeff. I could never work for Jeff. It takes a very strong personality to work or to date Jeff Lewis, probably. So, but I will just say, I stand behind my intentions of everything that I ever say or do. And I don't think a lot of people can come on a social media platform live 6 days a week without a script and not make a mistake, right? So there's that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Reality TV lover. I heard about your name because somebody sent me the link to my friend Fem Tarot, who did a birthday live yesterday on Sunday. She had my friend Sarah Fraser on. She had Chef Stu on, who I adore. Giorgio Says, who I've never met, but I do like him. And of course, Natalie with Femtero. And I think somehow it came up. I think Reality TV Lover was maybe putting a lot of stuff in there. So it says, no, it sounds like Jeff is upset you crossed his boundaries. And Jeff has my phone number. I have his phone number. And he can absolutely reach out to me at any time to clear up anything. Just as a reminder, a lot of you OGs know, when I decided to do a fan account, I knew nothing about podcasts. I didn't follow celebrities. I didn't know about podcasts. I didn't know how to follow Jeff Lewis. I only knew Facebook groups, which was very new to me. So, I was a 48-year-old mom and wife of 5 in the suburbs. Like, I had to teach myself all of this social media stuff. Out of respect for Jeff Lewis, I DM'd him and said, hey, I'm thinking of doing a fan account. Can I name it Jeff Lewis Stalker? Because if you remember, in the summer or spring of 2022, he was all about he needed a stalker. He hadn't had a stalker again in a long time. He thought it was funny. So I named my Instagram Jeff Lewis Stalker. That didn't go over so well. He agreed. He said, absolutely love it. Do it. I said, okay. So I did it. A lot of people were apparently not happy with it. They were turning in my account. They were instantly saying, you're a stalker. You're doing this. You're doing that. None of the above. I will clarify all of that on tonight's Ask Me Anything about Monroe and all of that, all the facts. And I lost my train of thought. Shit, I lost my train of thought. This is why I should have notes and I don't have notes. I know what I was saying. Reality. Oh, so on the clip yesterday, they were talking about crossing boundaries with Jeff. So he has my phone number. He has not reached out to me. Okay. So I will be happy to answer any and all questions to him. Would I have been happier if he reached out to me before? He has highly insinuated he's talking about me without mentioning the Jeff Lewis Obsessed name. Absolutely. Do I think I deserve that respect from him? Absolutely. Are my feelings hurt? Absolutely. I am a fan account only. I did, when I decided to change my name to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, I don't think I reached out to him to do that because I felt like I was going to a lighter name to make it easier on the fans or, turning my account. In June of 2022, after I got back from the season 1 Hollywood House Live party, I had the spontaneous idea to go live on Instagram because a lot of people wanted to hear about the event. So I did. It was my idea, my fan account name. Everything was my idea. All of the money that I ever put into my account was my idea, my money. And I went Instagram live and I DM'd him before and I said, hey, I would like to start going Instagram live, recapping your show and talking to other fans about your show. I don't have any friends in real life that love Jeff Lewis Live. Some of them know you from Flipping Out, which is very different than Jeff Lewis Live. I wanted to chat about it with them. So he said, absolutely go ahead, do it. Out of respect for the fact that it is his name, it is his brand. But in hindsight, it was a very good gesture of me to do, but I would not handle it any other way. But now I know a million other fan accounts. A lot of huge podcasters, they all make money off of other people's content. I doubt any of them ask permission for that, right? So I have always told Jeff, if I ever talk about anything, if I ever bring anything up that you are not comfortable with, reach out to me, have Shane reach out to me and absolutely do it. He has never, since June of 2022, he has never reached out and said, that crosses the line. Matter of fact, the very few times that I have posted Monroe's picture without the heart on her face, out of respect for Gage and his desires not for her to be on TV, I DM'd Jeff and said, is it okay if I post this picture? He said, yes, absolutely. Go ahead. I have those DMs, y'all. So I don't know if people can go and delete DMs. I think people can. It would have been many, many, many months ago. I am not someone that deletes content. I don't delete my comments. If comments are vile, then yes, you will be booted out of the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. I will absolutely block you. But am I like Jeff and I'm okay with the negative comments? Absolutely. I kind of want to hear if you say it respectfully and it's not a rumor or a vicious lie, then absolutely I want to hear it. But at least if you don't know the content, if you didn't listen to it yourself or see it yourself, at least preface it with that of like, this is what I read on another Facebook group, or this is what someone said about you. We all know the game of telephone, y'all. We all know the game of telephone and how nasty and it can get. So I am a very factual person. I always keep the receipts. If other people have deleted their part of the receipt, there's nothing I can do about that because I think there is a way to go into a DM and delete your stuff because somebody one time was being vile to me and then they deleted the part they wrote and then posted it into a Facebook group. So just be aware, especially with AI and faking DMs or whatever people can do, all of this stuff that people can do. There are a lot of sad humans, sadly, that are wasting a lot of their time and energy listening to my content, listening to Jeff Lewis Live, and have nothing better than to do than to cause drama that wasn't there before or out and out lie about me and misrepresent me. So that is the worst thing, is that people are lying and misrepresenting me. Don't do that. Don't do that bullshit. That's wrong. Don't do that to anyone. It's fucking wrong. I'm sorry. I'm missing all these comments. Sorry. Anyways, on YouTube, the live comments, I do think stay there as a live chat. So you can go back and look at that. Back to the show. What are we doing on time? Where's my clock? I'm so out of it because I've been on okay. We're doing good on time. This usually goes 45 minutes and it does go back up as a replay and it goes up as a podcast everywhere you get your podcast under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Don't forget, a week or two ago, well, probably closer to 2 weeks, when I came on in my pajamas, I gave y'all a big tease that I am launching a new podcast Sunday, January 28th called Sarah from Texas. So do not think that that was done as spontaneously or it had anything to do with any of this, latest rumors or drama. I said that a few weeks ago. A long time people have given me the advice that I need to broaden my name, broaden my podcast. The reason I want to do a more traditional podcast called Sarah from Texas is because as it is now, I love chatting with y'all. I love the live interaction. I love hearing your thoughts, answering your questions, and it's reality TV, it's whatever. But I was on 6 different platforms before January 15th. I had all the different comments, Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Threads and Twitter. I couldn't bring on a guest. So now that I've been so nicely invited on other people's podcasts like Dana Wilkie, Donna Bowling's, This is Donna Bowling, the Sarah Fraser Show, Fem Tarot, probably missing someone. Anyways, but the nice thing to do in this world is that you reciprocate and invite them back on your show. I didn't really have that situation because I can't bring someone up. Now, when I do the podcast, Sarah from Texas, that launches Sunday, January 28th, you will see that it's more of a traditional podcast where I have guests. I can have other content creators on. I can have some of my favorite reality stars on maybe. It would be, and I can talk about whatever, anything that I'm interested in. Luna, anything. Okay, y'all remind me in comments, since I did forget my notes for the show. I know they were talking about American Girl doll again. He clearly, at the very end of the show, he talks about the Rosie O'Donnell of it, says that he thinks it's a shitty thing for her to do. He said that he has not reached out to her, but he also goes into and reminds us, and if you were a Flipping Out fan like I was, I remember the reunions. I want to say they either showed a clip or interviewed Rosie O'Donnell. Somebody in comments remind me what they did. Rosie O'Donnell definitely was somehow involved. They definitely showed that she was a fan of the show and she loved Jeff Lewis. So Jeff is like, I went on her show, the Rosie O'Donnell show. I opened up to her. She tried to send me did send me these DVDs of some TV show or something, and I accepted them. And I feel like it came out of the blue. Who even follows? She's got 500,000 followers. I mean, who follows Rosie O'Donnell? I don't follow her. I would have never seen it had somebody not sent it to me. And I didn't see it in time because I was so busy in LA hanging out with real humans and, having fun. So the times I got to quickly post on Instagram was very quick and, on a story. So I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it until my event Saturday night. So anyways, I'm glad he addressed it though. I think sometimes he'll have drama going on and just doesn't address it. So I was kind of glad that he brought it up. I don't know what's going on. I didn't see Stu's post either, where he posted a picture of Stu and Rosie O'Donnell. Jeff is saying that was sus because it was the same day. He says he deleted it. I don't know. I know the picture I saw was an Instagram post on her grid of Rosie O'Donnell. So that means it stays up there in essence, but she's since deleted it. But that's where you can see who likes it, who comments publicly, right? So Jeff, I think, says that all the chumps started coming at her. Like, why? First of all, it's not a real picture, but also why? Like, the timing doesn't make sense at all. Jeff Lewis, I mean, maybe she's watching Hollywood House Lift, but it's clearly a doctored photo, like Jeff said. It's not even the real picture. So why do people waste their time doing that? It's disgusting. And it says more about her than it ever says about Jeff. Matter of fact, somebody at my live show, or maybe at the weekend, I don't remember, somebody asked me what I think about Jeff's lips. And I actually said, I don't think there's a difference from whenever he had the lip filler dissolved a year or two ago. But I think his lips are proportionate with his face. He's got a big head. He's a tall man, tall, thin, good looking, handsome man. So I've seen him in person, I don't even know, 7, 8, 9 times. I don't know. But his lips to me look proportionate to his head. So I don't think they look bad. But everyone can have their own opinion, and that's fine. But don't put up a doctored picture of somebody and then comment on it. And trust me, there have been doctored pictures of me up on the disgusting, vile site, Reddit. And it's disgusting. First of all, I'm on video 6 days a week. You see exactly what I look like. I don't use filters. People have met me in person. So when people waste their time being disgusting human beings and putting up fake pictures of me that have been doctored to make me look overweight, what are you doing? Why are you, first of all, what if I was overweight? Who cares? I mean, so vile. So vile. Greta Winter Carlson, Sarah, you used to 100% criticize people going live behind paywalls, and you always said you refused to pay to hear anyone behind a paywall. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Define criticize people. I absolutely don't believe that I do. First of all, do I like paying for paid content? No. Did I finally go and do an Instagram subscriber and a YouTube? The only reason I did YouTube is because people were getting told they have a wait list on Instagram. So yeah, it's the only thing that I charge for. It's the same as a Patreon. There are plenty of people that do Patreons of different levels up to $20. I don't do that. It's an absolute option to pay $4.99. I definitely don't hold content. I don't whore myself out, oh, go to my Instagram subscriber. No, it's an option. I give you extra content. I spend my time. My time is worth money. So yes, I am worth $4.99 a month for the optional extra content and my time on a Sunday to take away from my family and husband and dog and friends to spend 30 to 45 minutes with you doing an Ask Me Anything. Yes, absolutely. Prove it. And if I've said I don't like a paywall, absolutely. No one likes to pay for extra money. I'm the cheapest girl out there. Absolutely. But I would argue that I absolutely encourage and lead people to other people's paywall content when I have discussed it. So I disagree with you. I'm missing. It is not a rumor. Jeff talked about you. Sorry, but you're losing me as a fan. Bye, Sunset. Bye. You absolutely can believe whatever Jeff has said. You absolutely can do that without hearing my side. Absolutely. I would venture to say if you're that quick to leave, you weren't a fan. So, toodaloo, don't let the door hit you in the ass. What else? What else did they talk about on the show? Rick and Kelly are doing a show. No, not a show. She's doing a paid event February 16th because Jeff was trying to invite her to the whatever. Come on, all my notes are outside. They're downstairs. I can't stand when I forget my notes. I never do that. But a little bit distracted, very little sleep in Hollywood. Obviously, I flew out. I woke up, I think, at 4 in the morning. No, 3 a.m. Can't even remember. Sometime Friday morning. And then obviously I was busy 24/7. Got home last night at like 9:30 p.m. So anyways, Robin says, will we be able to get your podcast on Spotify? It is always up on Spotify. If it's not been going up, let me know. Let me know. Oh, the podcast that starts Sunday. Yes. The podcast will go up on YouTube. It'll go up everywhere. I always put a link on my Instagram, the Facebook group, everywhere. But it will be everywhere as you get your podcast. Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all of them. But it will be called Sarah from Texas. It will be called Sarah from Texas. So search that instead of Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Because Sarah from Texas is a lot more other stuff, right? It's a lot more other information. Michelle says, I don't think Jeffrey is happy with your paywall. I think Jeff is absolutely okay. How does it affect him? Like, it doesn't affect him, me doing a paywall. I'm not doing a paywall about him. My content is Sarah from Texas. It is an Instagram subscriber. It is about 90 Day Fiance. It's about, Salt Lake City. It's about 1,000-Pound Sisters. It's about my dog. It's about anything I want it to be about. Jeff, absolutely. So I had an event. I'll tell you all this later. I had an event producer for this event. He absolutely reached out to Jeff and Shane. They absolutely know. Melanie, who was at the $10,000 dinner, her and Scott heard Jeff say, I know you have an event coming up in January. Good luck with it. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely knew about the event. It was definitely made very clear to everyone that it was a Sarah from Texas live from Hollywood event. It was not a Jeff Lewis Obsessed event. It was a Sarah from Texas event. So, anywho, I don't feel like he's upset about my paywall, my Instagram subscriber, or my YouTube membership at all. By the way, the YouTube membership is identical content. The replays go up also as Instagram. So don't do both. I only did YouTube also because Instagram is giving some people errors and it's saying you're on a wait list, and there's no wait list for Instagram subscribers. So go to Instagram at Jeff Lewis Obsessed. There's a subscribe button on the main page. You can cancel anytime, and it tells you all the things you get, extra content. Most of the extra content, I agree, is when I'm traveling. I put a lot of free content. I give you a lot of my time and energy. I do a lot for free. And I've done this 7 days a week since June of 2022. So am I worth the money? Absolutely. If you don't want to pay for it, it's an option. You get a lot for free. So you can absolutely have your opinion. Everyone has one, just like an asshole, right? Surrender Dorothy, you received free goods from Jeff Lewis friends without asking him first. That is what you need to address. And I will absolutely address that information on my Ask Me Anything, because today is about Jeff Lewis Live. I did not get to listen to the after show. Clearly, I made a story about Andy Cohen addressing the TikTok guy. I made a story, or I say a reel everywhere. All my social media is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed, so it's always under everything. It takes time, y'all, to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter, Threads. I'm probably missing one. It takes time, okay? And I've got to load the dishwasher. I've got to feed my dog. Got to see my children, take them places, bang my husband. I mean, there's a lot of things I got to take care of, right? So I do a lot of free content for y'all. And I'm fully confident in the decisions that I make. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. And I will always apologize or correct things when given the opportunity or the need for it. I wish some questions would have been asked to me directly before instead of going live on the radio. But I can't control Jeff Lewis, right? Mary, Jeff never mentioned he was mad about the paywall. You cruel people are just trying to start rumors. Absolutely. So because I was making the Andy and the Jeff videos and planning different things with my daughter, and I'm unpacking, I was putting away my stuff. I had 3 bags. I had my cooking kibitz tote bag. I had a lot of stuff extra to unpack from this weekend. Brought a lot more shoes than normal, a lot more outfits than normal, all the things. So I didn't get time to listen, but today's after show, I will listen to soon. There was somebody complaining in my Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group saying she's gotten so busy, she doesn't even listen to the content anymore. F you. I absolutely make Jeff Lewis and the Jeff Lewis Live After Show a priority, which comes on my time, 11 to 1 p.m. If I have 2 hours to not get interrupted by life and dedicate that as my unpaid job, nobody pays me to do this. I might make a little bit of money on views now, but trust me, what I spend on my fun outweighs all of that. Trust me. And I don't ask for money for that. Nobody is paying me for that. Nobody is I'm not asking y'all for any money of that or any of that. But I did not get time to listen to the after show today. I did not get time to go live on Friday. I told y'all on Thursday I would not be able to go live on Friday. So there was no drama with that. I didn't go live on Friday because I was busy AF. But also when I fly there, I lose 2 hours and my show would normally be at 12 o'clock on Friday. There's no way I could have gone live at 12. So when I go live at 2 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday, I have very little time in between. If the plumber needs to come, I don't listen to my AirPods if I'm talking to the plumber, you know what I mean? So, or if I have to return something to Kohl's Amazon, I don't have my AirPods in if I'm talking to somebody. So, it's very challenging to listen to 2 hours, 3 hours if I count the Andy Cohen live show, which I do try to listen to Monday through Thursday. Also, that's very hard to do and then go live at 2 o'clock Central. But I do it and I'm damn good at what I do. Thank you very much. So if you don't watch my content and you continue to spread the lies and the misconceptions about me, find another hobby. Like seriously. This is a fun place to chat reality TV, Jeff Lewis, anything else. Like find another place. There's lots of other places to be sad humans. Demented Biscuit, what a name. Sarah, your character is not in question. It absolutely is in question by a lot of people. So anyways, and publicly. So, clearly I feel the need to address it. But, I'm not going to change people's minds. So anyways, we have 2 more minutes. So let's wrap it up. Like I said, I didn't get to listen to the after show with Carrie Lewis and Todd Lewis, which we were just talking this weekend with somebody, and they were saying that they're usually not on together. And I said, probably because one of them has to get the kids off to school and all the things. So it was funny that they ended up being on the show together today. Missed what it said. The haters didn't bring this up. Jeff did. Yeah, absolutely. But the lovers, I mean, let's be clear. Not defend, explain. She was accused of something pretty offensive to Jeff. Yes. Michael Riley says, this is sad. What's sad, Michael Riley? I do want to thank all the amazing people that have sent me DMs that I was surrounded by. I think there's no accidents. Just like at BravoCon, y'all know the story of me and my friend walking down the street, going to meet at the Venetian, another friend that we were all going to the Heather McDonald show. We saw a girl walking by herself, and I just happened to make a conversation with her. She was Chantel. She was from Phoenix. She ended up going by herself to the show. She ended up hanging out with us all night long, stayed out with us till 5:30 in the morning, hanging out with us. She has become a friend of mine. So I think there's no accidents in life. It was no accident that all of this stuff, this content, these accusations came out publicly without confirming or asking me first privately. It's no accident that I was surrounded by amazing humans that flew out, drove, bought a ticket to my live event, got a hotel room, made plans for a super fun weekend. And I was surrounded by 2 of my closest friends that came in from Houston. It was no accident at all. So were tears shed? Yes. Was I distracted? Did I let it get me down? Absolutely not. The show must go on. I am an absolute professional. All this was my first live show. I mean, I rocked it, if I may say so myself. And everyone else says I did. Kristen Takeman was so thrilled with doing the show. She is amazing, so kind. It was so fun. All the creator friends that came and supported me was so amazing. So thank you so much. Everyone has reached out to me afterwards. And yes, you will get your questions answered on my Ask Me Anything tonight on Instagram Live or YouTube Live under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So, anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. It's way more fun to join live. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything. Follow me as Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Do not forget about my new podcast that is launching Sunday, January 28th. Stay tuned for my first guest. If I have a guest, I don't know. Everything's up in the air about that. But I mentioned it weeks ago. It will definitely launch Sunday, January 28th, though. And it will be on every Sunday. And but I will still go live Monday through Friday with y'all. Always free. You get what you pay for. So, be kind. Be kind. Don't even make rude or vile comments, but also wait to make your opinion until you know all the facts. And since you're not directly involved in this, you may never know 1,000% of the facts, but I promise you, I will give you enough information that I absolutely will stand behind with receipts. Trust me, if anyone questions it, on the Ask Me Anything tonight about anything about Monroe, about the New York of it all, if I stalked her, if I have ever stalked Jeff Lewis, if I've ever showed up to an event without telling him about it, if I have ever done anything, I will talk about that. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But I would venture to guess if you looked in the mirror that you're not perfect either. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye, Chumfette. See you tomorrow.